Talk about this $900 million that Carney sent over to Ukraine. And there's a few people in the comments that said, no, the hospitals haven't closed. Well, they have closed and they've had reopened. You can Google it and Google search. It's there. Oliver Hospital, Kelowna Hospital, and the Edmonton Hospital. The Nuns, I believe it's called. That's where the gentleman died. And I like discussing this open debate because people don't get it. I'm not against democracy, but when you can find $900 million overnight to give to Ukraine, when you can't even clean up your own backyard, that's the problem I got. $900 million can go a long way. You want to give it to Ukraine or lend it to them, that's fine, but take care of the Canadian citizens first. First of all, immigration is out of control in Canada. Yeah, Bruno's down there having fun. Totally out of control. Immigration is perfect as long as you got the good ones coming in. I don't mind immigration. Multicultural country. The food bank. Let's talk about that for a second. While Bruno's got his mouth full here with the tire. The food bank. I volunteered at the food bank for years. When COVID was happening, before COVID, 2019, and the food bank always had extra food to give people. A family of 5 came in, they could have probably 8 cans of food down the line because you go down a lineup, and that was fine. And sometimes, the lineup wasn't too big. You had a lot of extra food. You could say, here, take a couple extra cans, right? Same with the bread at the end of the night or at the end of the shift. There would always be extra bread, and it just goes in the garbage. So we would be like, hey, go ahead, take some extra bread. What do you want? Gluten-free? They had gluten-free, they had diapers. Here's a couple extra loaves of bread if you had a big family. That's all gone. That's not there anymore. Now a family comes in where you give 6, 7, 8 cans of food. They only get 2 or 3 cans now. That's it. There is no extra in the food banks no more. The food banks are struggling. That's just one scenario. Look at the grocery stores. Look how expensive food is. I don't understand it. Gas, there's another one. $2.15 a liter, $2 a liter. You go across the border down parts of the States. It's expensive on some parts of the States. But across Canada, the gas is unbelievable. We pay by the liter, so $2.15 a liter. Well, parts of the States are paying $4 a gallon. Do the math, it's unbelievable. And the price of food here is insane, absolutely insane. I bought some eggs the other day, free range eggs. Yeah, sure, it's expensive, but all eggs, $8, $9 for 12. The free range eggs I got, $18 for eggs. Steak, just your average steak. Now, we're not talking, the bottom of the barrel steak, $12. For the worst piece of meat you can get. I'm talking just an average piece of steak that somebody can eat is $23. I've seen steak tenderloin for 2 pieces, $61, $58. I have a lot of it in my short videos if you go back and watch it. The cost of living here, I'm going to show you something here. I'm up in those towers up in the middle there. Let me get my finger up there. It's a brand new building. I've been there 3 years, but it took about 4 or 5 years to build. So you want to get a 2-bedroom and den in there, $1.5 million. You want to rent it, it's $4,200 a month. It's absolutely insane rent. You can go get a cheap place in the Metrotown area, one of the old buildings from the 60s and 70s, a 2-bedroom. It's still $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 a month. Insane. It just goes on and on and on. Groceries, gas. People can't make it in Canada anymore because you're taxed and taxed and taxed. One reason why I'm going to Costa Rica, and we got the new bill. That new bill will, the government, they're going to start, Jesus, I couldn't believe when I read this over in Ottawa. You want to leave Canada, you're a Canadian citizen, you want to go abroad to a different country and live. It's not a lie, guys, just research it. They're going to start fining you up to $500,000 depending on your assets that you've sold in Canada. People say, well, just get up and move. You can't, because they're going to tax you before you They're not going to let you even send your money out of the country to a different country. There's just, it's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. There's Bruno down there again. You know, so personally, I got celiac disease, so I have to eat gluten-free. Obviously, people that have it, it's a special diet, and you get penalized for that. You know, $11 for a loaf of bread, $10 for 4 hot dog buns, a can of soup, $7 for gluten-free. It's insane. Spaghetti, $6 for a box, where you can go get a regular for $2. Kraft dinner, $3.29, where you can go get a box of Kraft dinner for $1.25. It's insane, guys. So anyways, that's what I'm talking about. And then when I give $900 million away to Ukraine, you know what we could do with that up in Canada here? How about the homeless? How about the list goes on, guys. It goes on. I just think if you're going to give $900 million to another country and you can find the money that quick, then you can clean up your own backyard. And another thing I want to talk about real quick here too. Donald Trump is pissed at Canada. Pissed. So he's got tariffs on China for these EV cars for a reason, so they don't spy with their cars in the United States. I think they're 100% tariffs. I might be off. Maybe they're 95% tariffs, but I think they're 100% tariffs on their cars. He's not going to allow them in there anyways, and I don't blame him. Canada had 90% tariffs. Like I said, guys, I could be off a little bit. Maybe it was 95% tariffs. They just dropped them down to 6% and letting these cars into Canada now. And you don't even need a passport to go to China anymore. They stopped doing that. So that's how messed up Canada is now. And immigration, man, is out of control. But anyways, I just wanted to ramble on to you guys and get your thoughts on stuff. I'll be doing a lot of videos on this in the next upcoming, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, or if you're on Facebook, follow me. But it's gonna get interesting. We're gonna go hit some protests. We're gonna get down to the bottom of all of this, hopefully figure out what's happening. And that's another thing people got to understand too. Do you know in Canada now, and the police don't even need a search warrant to go on your phone now or check your computers or anything. And I know people are going to say, well, if you're not doing nothing wrong, let them go on your computer. Listen, guys, they can go on your computer even if you're not doing anything wrong. They can look at all your finances. They can look at all your stuff. They don't need a warrant anymore. How about that? How about that, guys? You think you have privacy? It's gone. It's gone. So it's just a small piece of the puzzle, guys, that I'm trying to put together for you. There's a lot happening. You can't talk about the government because now they want to sue you if you're giving misleading information out there. Just a lot, guys. Stick around. I'm going to go take my blood pressure medication right now, and see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to follow or subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everybody.